Merafe Resources specialises in production of the sale of ferrochrome. That's to the stainless steel industry. That's through the Xstrata-Merafe Chrome Venture. The group supplies around 16% of the world's ferrochrome requirements. It has a market cap of 2.16 billion rand and a price-to-earnings ratio of 1.7. Earlier this week, Merafe announced that output from its joint venture with London-listed Xstrata fell by 21%. That's in the first quarter after some furnaces were suspended to cut down on power demand. Warren, let's talk about the power aspect in this and the total cost, because energy and rising electricity costs have really made them uncompetitive. Tell us about how this has hurt the earnings of the likes of Merafe.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is the story that, and partly some of the things that have been going on now that have come out recently about the export levy are as a result of these ferrochrome producers, which rely to a great extent on the amount and cost of electricity in their inputs to be able to do that efficiently. And at the moment, just looking at the financial year end results for Merafe to December 2011, it shows you how close they come. I do a little calculation where I try and work out the free cash flow of the company. And basically, I got to the conclusion that when you take into account, when you strip out all the once-off income and expenses, and you add back depreciation and then deduct the ongoing capex that the company requires to keep its plants and its refineries working, the company only made about 15 million rand in 2011. And it shows you that they're now starting to skirt very close to the edge.
To a loss-making position, basically.
Absolutely.
What about ferrochrome prices? Because ferrochrome prices have actually started to tick higher this quarter, up by 17%. On the one hand, you've got higher ferrochrome prices, and then on the other hand, falling output. What are your thoughts on the outlook then for Merafe?
Look, it's tricky because obviously ferrochrome goes into chrome-based products. It goes into stainless steel, and that was something that boomed in the last decade because of demand for knives and forks and, you know, Harley-Davidson exhaust pipes and so on around the world. The old SA Chrome is what this business is. What they did effectively is they built up quite a substantial electric-based smelting capacity out in the Brits area. And then in 2004, after a very volatile history, they decided, look, we're going to sell our assets to Xstrata. That's the Mick Davis Global Group, which is going to merge with Glencore. And we will then be a non-managed 20% shareholder in a bigger venture. The problem is that Xstrata doesn't care if the prices go up and down, if the profits go up and down, because, you know, they're part of a big global group, they can suck it up. But for Merafe, it means that the earnings are hella volatile.
Yeah, they're looking to lose 130,000 tons in the first half of the year.
And, you know, the unfortunate reality is, as the demand has increased, the electricity supply problems have hit South Africa. Because in the old days, there was copious electricity capacity, now there isn't. So margin-wise, it's tough to feel positive about, and that's why they've been out in the media moaning about how there ought to be, you know, restrictions on chrome being exported and so on and so forth, that whole beneficiation argument.
What is that proposal that they put on the table? They're looking to the government to help the sector with a tax on exports. So tell us about that.
So yes, so basically what they've proposed is that a raw chrome miner that exports the chrome, as South Africa holds the majority of the world's known chrome reserves. Most of it goes to China, and they're saying that they would like to impose an export levy of $100 US a ton on raw chrome. That would effectively take the cost of chrome traded domestically is at about 550 Rand a ton. So you add another 700 Rand and you're getting to 1,200 Rand a ton. The people on the other side of the argument, like Metmar's CEO Dave Elwood, is saying you're effectively going to put a ban on chrome by doing that. So instead of exporting any chrome,
make local chrome uncompetitive, but support ferrochrome producers on a global scale to compete with the Chinese.
That's right. So from a desktop analysis study, you could say that it's basically to keep the likes of ferrochrome in business while at the same time shuttering local chrome exporters. Of course, local chrome is used by the likes of Merafe locally, but whether or not it would be able to take up the entire export amount that we see is very unlikely. So it would be probably at the loss of the chrome exporters.
Quite a drastic proposal here. What's the likelihood of government even agreeing to something like this?
Well, it's tricky because it's a totally dumb idea, because it wouldn't make sense. It would involve the relocation of the ferrochrome downstream industry into this country from all around the world. But at the same time, the government is not averse to dumb ideas. They consider them all the time. And the idea of more mineral beneficiation is something that is very sexy. So I don't know. But you've got to have rocks in your head to buy shares like these that trade in a single commodity, which has such enormous earnings volatility, because you don't know from one period to the next how the demand is going to go, what the rand dollar is going to do, what the electricity availability is going to be like, and ultimately what the profits of the company are going to be. Yeah?
With the prospects and concerns around Eskom turning off the lights, would you be buying the stock, hot or not?
No, not at this point, because even with the concerns that we've highlighted and the fact now that we've seen that the first quarter production figures are 21% down, I still don't think the shareholders are being compensated for that, or investors are being compensated for that in the share price. So for me, it's not hot at this stage.
And you said you've got to have rocks in your head to be buying the stock. So I'm
Ferrochrome
assuming
rocks in your head, yeah.
So not.
No, sorry.
To not